politicians are very good at playing with words. They always talk about gun control. How about right control? Because when you go against the Second Amendment, that's our right. That's our God-given right, not only by God, but by the founding fathers. So why don't you just call it what it really is, right control? You're taking our rights away. You cannot regulate evil. Evil is evil, and evil is always going to be persistent, and it's always going to be here. So why get rid of our ability to protect ourselves? The Second Amendment right protects the rest of them, and it protects us. It protects your home, your body, and your spirit, because without it, how are you going to protect yourself? Don't be a sheep. Don't follow just because it's popular. Think for yourself. Be yourself. Be that individual that God made you to be. You wasn't born to follow. You was born to lead. And it's right, the president of the Moms for Liberty. So Dave, please bring her on, because she need to go ahead and take her belt off so she can whoop a lot of people. How you doing, Catalina?
Hello, hello. How are you doing? Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. I know you're excited with, did you see the group of women surrounding President Trump when he was signing that law today? Not only for Lake and Riley law, but also for, let's see, it was the women against men against women sports, no more. So, and then getting ready to gut the Department of Education and throw it back to the states. What are you seeing? How excited are you, and when are you going to continue to lead the charge?
It's a big celebration. Promise made, promise kept, and President Donald Trump keep empowering the woman and empowering moms all around the country, because we want the best for our kids. Yes. We want the best education, but also to excel in sports. So it was a shame every time that a boy, frustrated boy in sports, took away all the achievements from a girl. So now it's time, I don't know, to revenge, and now it's time to take our place, our seats, and be in control of what is really the education of our children, the upbringing of our children. So we are really, really happy for what is happening right now.
Now, when it was going on and it was teaching all this pedophilia in some of the school books, pornographic material in the school books, given the introduction of furries, that one is because I am a mom and a grandma. Now I can understand you being two and saying, when I grow up, I'm gonna be a purple dinosaur. But to actually have it in schools and litter boxes and different things in our schools across the nation, that was crazy. How did you feel about that when that was happening?
It's a lack of decency. It's honestly exactly against our values, exactly what a mom's is dreaming of their children. And we are not going to allow that insanity happen to our children, exposed to or the witness of this insanity, or to be victim of this abuse, because they are pushing these gender ideologies or this transhumanism to our children. They put a little seed on their minds, and they go back from the schools to the house to look for in internet, in social media, and then they are like bombarded with all this dirty information, and they keep shaping all the social media for targeting our kids. So it's really poisoning this generation, and we're just trying to save our children. I mean, this is shameful what the government with our tax dollars are doing with our kids.
Not when, because I'm digging into the USAID. Wow. I did not know that a lot of that money was coming back into our educational system to tear the educational system up. And I don't understand how in the world it was allowed to go that long. And I know about the school boards. I know about all the moms and the dads getting to the school board during the Obama, I called it Biden administration, but they was targeting parents. They was putting parents in jail. They was taking their children if they wasn't teaching them the right ways, or if they wasn't. How do we combat that? I know there's a lot of upheavals because we have teachers that saying they're going to go against everything that Trump is doing, and they're going to continue to indoctrinate our kids. What does the Mom of Liberty, what are y'all going to do to stop that? And what can moms and dads and parents and grandparents out there do to help y'all?
Well, Moms for Liberty is acting every day, is taking action, is fighting every day for our children, because you can fix immigration, you can fix economy, you can fix so many things. But if you don't fix the education of these children, in 50 years, we're not going to have any country, anything left. So unfortunately, we have to take hands into this issue, and it's a national issue. Do you see the report card of the general education in our country is basically very low before the levels of the pandemic. 70% of the eighth graders do not read at the level.
Wow.
40% they do not read even the minimum basics for the fourth graders. So they don't even meet the minimum requiremements of reading in fourth grade. This is shameful. This is
Yes, it is.
really a waste of our money, because all these programs are actually to poison our children, not to get. But Moms for Liberty is passing legislation all around the country. We already passed 42 legislation protecting the innocence of the children, protecting
Amen.
their bodies, protecting them from the transition of all the sex socially transition and everything. So we are protecting their education. We are protecting women's sports, and we are going to continue with the pool of attorneys that we have, and all the moms that are investigating every single school, and providing us with all the information to fight back. So the strategy is working. We are winning. We were the only organization who sued the Biden administration about the Title IX,
Wow.
and we won. So they are actually afraid of Moms for Liberty. And this is the point where, because we are winning, because we are for common sense. We're just defending the education of our children. This is not against transgender. This is not against the LGBTQ community. This is purely save the education of our children. So they basically understood that we are not going to stop fighting for our kids, and we need more moms. We need that you guys join Moms for Liberty, because we have so many things to do. There is a lot of people infiltrated into that
Yes.
educational system that we need to clean up, and we need to clean up from books, from lessons that they are not only inappropriate or very advanced, sexually speaking,
Yes.
very advanced to some of our kids, but very inappropriate. So we need to clean up our education and actually save the education of our children, save this generation, and continue to get a stronger, healthier for our country.
I know that President Trump just signed an executive order about the transgenderism of children. Number one, like you said, we don't care what you do when you're grown, but we know for a fact and science that all of our brains are not well developed in 18, 17, 16 years old, but they was trying to get kids at the age of 3 to start how you transform. That's what I've never understood. And how in the world do you take advice from a 3-year old to ask them, is this really what you want to do? And then they started pushing the drugs on the children. And that was a well documented case. And I'm thinking it was a set of twins out of Texas. The mom wanted to transition one of the kids, and the dad didn't want it. She moved to California, and he lost custody. And now that poor child, I pray that he does not start taking that drug, because I truly believe he's gonna hate his mama when he grow up. She's not giving him a choice. She's pushing that her ideology on him, and I pray that the dad gets the custody back over those kids and can keep them safe.
This is only one example of so many other examples that unfortunately is happening every day in our country. There are so many parents who lost custody because the government want to take care of the children because they oppose their transition. They oppose that simply they know that their children are born in the right body, not in the wrong body, as the government want to tell them. So it's taking back the control of the education and upbringing of our children is the first step, and they need to understand that parents are willing to lose so many things, but never to lose their children. So we have very passionate parents ready to defend our children, ready to just simply go further into investigation of every single school, every single curriculum, and fight back and just simply propose bills and get into action. This is why Moms for Liberty is winning, and we are not only stopping this. I want to tell you that we open it also university, the Moms for Liberty University, that is not only for students but for parents, and you can learn so much from these resources, and you can learn so much from our webpage momsforliberty.org. Why? Because the school now is not teaching so many
No.
things, like for example communism, or for example there are so many topics that they just jumping up, and they are not skipping. So and they are not teaching at school. They need to know, our children, what is history, to do not condemn again, to repeat that again. So it's very important to keep supporting organization like Moms for Liberty, and buy the books that Moms for Liberty is proposing. So I think so many parents need to understand that together we are going to fight this huge Goliath, and we're gonna win.
I personally think we're gonna win just because what President Trump is trying to do. I did not know at the Department of Education at the federal level there were so many DEI hires and departments that was being pushed into our school from these type of people. And now that Trump has eliminated that and taken it out of the department, I mean the education department, and sending it back to the states. So co-ops, public school, private school, and I truly believe that the money need to follow the students, because if they're in the inner city and not getting the right curriculum that they need, now they have the opportunity to take those vouchers, take their taxpayers' money, and place their kids in the best schools possible. And I think that's a step up, because there's, just like Terry just said, there's so much damage that has been done to our education system and our children. We're truly going to be left behind. Our children are going to be left behind. And I know in a global grand scheme of things, we're at the bottom because we've been funding everybody else education system, and ours has fallen to the wayside.
That's correct.
Why do
That's
you
correct.
think
That's
they don't want
why.
to go back to school? Why do you don't think these I guess educators want the parents to have the influence in their kids' life? Because growing up is supposed to be, it takes a village to raise a child. But now it seems like
Yeah.
the teachers are going against the parents, and not trying to join the parents to grow a better society. Why do you think that is?
Well, not all the teachers are the problem, but yes, of course, the system, the educational system allow to so many teachers to infiltrate our system and teach bad things to our children, inappropriate things and explicit things, and to tell their personal stories that no one cares, and their sexual lives to our more small kids. And this is not education. This is not diversity or inclusion. This is pure perversion. Teach to even kindergartens. So when the system allow teachers like this, we need to create awareness of what is happening and stop the indoctrination. But
Oh,
we are also protecting teachers, because there is so many teachers that really want to teach our children the core courses. I mean, math, the real science, the real reading and language art. I mean, so many good teachers that is keep fighting for this generation, And we are protecting those teachers too, because the teacher unions is another
Yes.
big problem. They are just taking away check after check every month for all the teachers in the United States, just to give them to the Democratic Party. And this is
Yes.
public. This is something that you can verify, all we can verify, and it's public records, because we are not allowing to one party to simply manipulate the system. So it's sad what is happening to the teachers, and we understood why. And you see the president of the teacher union. It's on a gay couple, and they are all pushing and being activist about the LGBTQ. I'm not against the LGBTQ, but it certainly is not an appropriate topic for children to
Thank you.
teach in our schools.
It shouldn't even be in the books. It should. It. You say. I heard you say kindergarten. You, they are teaching our kindergartens. These are babies. They wouldn't know anything that is going on. And why plant a seed in a kindergarten? They should be taking naps and maybe crayons and basic colors. But they are teaching kindergartens. I can't wrap my head around that. They barely understand how to tie their own shoes. They should be tracing out letters and numbers and speaking and getting wow, kindergartens. So it's literally from grade school all the way to secondary school, higher education, universities. It's across the board of the teacher union indoctrination of the left. And that's not good. I don't know what to say because, like I said, we have 9 grandchildren. So some of the stuff that comes out of their mouths when they come here for the holidays or the weekend or what they're learning in school is shocking, and it kind of make you want to snap your neck around, and be like, "Where you learn that from?" It's my teacher. How did you learn that from your teacher? Oh, that was just one of the topics. Your daddy know this? That's did your dad know this? Because that's not appropriate for you to be knowing right about now. And she's like, no, ma'am. They do teach it in school, and it's just and they was 10 when they was telling me some of the stuff they was teaching, and now they're 12. I could just imagine the higher they get up in middle school and high school. Is how can we stop it as being parents when our hands have been tied, or grandparents? How do we step in that and stop that? I know President Trump just signed a lot of this stuff, but they have been indoctrinated for 4 solid years. What advice would you give to parents right now to get their kids' minds back?
Well, what you just told is completely true, and it happened to me, and that's why that's one of the reasons I am working for Moms for Liberty, because I was fed up with all the indoctrination that happened directly to my children. To make you an example, my 7-year-old arrived from school, and my boy just was very confused, very sad, and he told me, "Well, mom, I don't want to get pregnant. It's beautiful for moms, but not for me." And well, I have to have this strange conversation with my son explaining, and he's like, "But mom, I don't understand. At school they told me that, yeah, men can get pregnant, and the teacher told me just Google it." And when I Google
What?
it happened to be true. So I was like, actually have to retake the conversation, and I don't want to have this conversation with my 7-year-old. And it happened also to my girl at 9-year-old, when the teacher asked her what are her pronouns, and she's like, "I don't understand. Well, do you like boys and girls?" And she's like, "Well, I like boys and girls." "Well, you must be a bisexual." And she's like, "What do you mean? I am not bisexual. I mean, I am not sexual." She's like, "Well, maybe you are just a non-binary, but here you have a book that you can read, and you can discover all the spectrum." And she was reading that book so confusing in my house. And when I say to my kid, "What are you reading?" "Well, the teacher gave me that book because I didn't understand why I'm not binary, but apparently, mom, I'm just a cisgender." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I mean, like, this is insane, because
Ooh.
every day I repeat every morning to my kids, "Please listen to the teacher. Please listen to your teacher and pay attention." And then suddenly the teacher is I mean, it's a treason. It's horrible how he backfired directly on you
Did you have a
because
teacher
you are
parents
the
conference?
bad girl who doesn't understand the modern times. But certainly that's why I took the decision to just homeschool my kids.
Thank
And
you.
it's not putting in a bubble my kids, but yes, they don't need this crap from the school. They don't need this insanity, and they are just doing great. And this is one of the solutions that I always give to the parent. Listen, homeschool is not difficult. Homeschool, it takes 2 3 hours a day, so you can actually make it happen. And not only it worked for me, I mean, I am a mom of four, I work, I have a full-time job, and I travel, but it was perfect. Certainly now my kids feel better, feel like
Wow.
in a safe environment. So I think it's one of the greatest solution, and that's why President Donald Trump signed the executive order of making the universal school choice. And then the moms can choose either to go to a private school, to a charter school, to a religious school, and then not to adhere to one school in their community that probably had a low proficiency. So it's a great opportunity what President Trump is giving us.
I love it. Okay, because we are getting ready to take a hard break. Everybody, this is Catalina Stubbs. She is president of the Moms for Liberty. Can you please tell everybody how to follow you, how to sign up, how to get newsletters, how to become members, and how to continue to take fight, fight, fight back to them? Go ahead.
Yes, yes, moms, don't stop fighting for your kids. They are the future of our country. Go to momsforliberty.org. There is so many opportunities. There are trainings. There are so many resources that you can use, letters that you can write to your teacher, to the school boards. There is so many resources you can use from us. You can become a member and have an insight from what is going on, or you can become a chapter chair, a president of a chapter in your district, and you can actually become a leader and change things like so many others. 150,000
Wow.
moms already did, and we are changing the world. Just a mom, a very passionate mom, can change so many things. So please don't stop fighting for your kids, and now is the moment. When is the moment? Now is the moment. Do not wait. Do not expect that the enemy is raising your kids.
Amen. So,
And my
everybody,
social media is Cata Stubbe, Cata Stubbe,
okay.
Cata Stubbe on Instagram, on X, and you can ask me even in English, sometimes in French. I mean, I will help you.
Okay, now tell everybody your name with the accent. Go ahead.
Catalina, Catalina,
Catalina.
Catalina Stubbe. Stubbe.
And I just said it and I just put a country twang to it. It's Catalina, yeah, everybody. It's Catalina. So thank you so much for coming on with me and Dave and everybody. And go check out the comments because you're going to have a lot of moms looking at Moms for Liberty because I think we're fed up and it's time to take our rights back and our children. So
That's
I
correct.
pray that you can come back on because it's going to be so much stuff that we're winning on that people need to know about. So I pray that you'll be able to come back on very, very soon.
Yes. All right.
All right,
Hope to
then.
join soon our organization. Thank you so much for your.
Are you a voting member of the NRA? My name is Lucretia Hughes NRA. I will never compromise my beliefs in God, family, our country, and my Second Amendment. I am running for the board of directors of the NRA, and I would appreciate your vote.